again. So finally, Busan. We had a 3-day holiday for Chuseok, not including the weekend, so I was able to spend 4 days in Busan, and it wasn't enough. I wish that I had longer. The beaches were gorgeous. The water was a bit cold, so I highly recommend going during Chuseok or before, because if you go after Chuseok, the water is way too cold to even enter. I did swim because I love swimming, so I endured the slight coldness in order to swim. But yeah, if you go later, it's going to be way too cold to even enter the water. I went to Hongdae Beach, and it's a little crowded during the day, but it's so much fun. I was just a bum, basically, those 4 days. I spent 3 of them on the beach, and the other one exploring Busan. Here's some footage of the beach. There was a lot of foreigners in Busan, and it might have been just because it was Chuseok vacation, but I hear that Busan has a lot of foreigners regardless. So you'll always be able to find people that you can talk to that speak in English. During the night, there's a lot of activities that you can do. There was a lot of musicians on the beach, all types of musicians. There was some group performances, there was solo artists, and then there was people that were just playing musical instruments. So you can find a little bit of everything. There was even a guy doing magic tricks, which was pretty cool. And not to mention that you can also pop fireworks on the beach. It's completely legal. I was doing the sparklers, and it was really, really fun. It looked so beautiful. And then there's so many things to do in Busan besides the beach, because they have an aquarium, they have an amazing opera house, they have amazing hiking trails with custom-made wood stairs and bridges. And so there's so many things to look at. Also, Busan is known for the largest Shinsegae department store, which was unfortunately going under construction when we were there. So I didn't get to do any shopping, but I hear that it's the best place to go shopping. So maybe I'll have to go back. Honestly, if I had known that Busan was this amazing, I may have taken my teaching contract in Busan. So if you're deciding on where to teach in Korea, I would highly think about Busan because it's gorgeous, and I would definitely eat dinner on the beach every day if I had a choice. Seoul has a lot of wonderful things to offer, but it's mainly just a big city. There's no really big place that you can go and relax. Like Busan has the beach, and it's gorgeous. But, and it depends also on what your future goals are. Mine, I eventually want to edit music videos, so Seoul is probably the better place for me. But if you don't have other goals like that, I would definitely consider Busan. It's gorgeous, the people were friendlier, the life wasn't so busy there. So, a side story, one of the main things that my friend and I learned on this trip is that there's more Koreans than we thought that speak Spanish. So we were riding the KTX train, which, by the way, if you want sitting down tickets, you should buy those way in advance of Chuseok. We ended up just buying stand-up tickets, which isn't as bad as it sounds. I mean, it's a 2.5 hour ride from Seoul to Busan, But in between each cabinet in the train, the KTX train, there's little nooks that have 2 seats in them. So if you go early enough, you can steal one of those nooks. We ended up finding the first nook after the driving unit that has no chairs, so we just sat on the floor the whole way. Our bums were a little bit sore, but I mean, you can't beat the price. And we didn't plan this in advance, which was our fault. But anyway, we were sitting on the floor in this nook, speaking Spanish, very private conversations about our love lives, and this Korean guy comes out and he's talking on his cell phone, so that's why he went into the nook. He hangs up and stays there for about 30 minutes, just standing there, possibly just looking through his phone. We didn't realize that he was listening to our conversation. After we finished speaking, he said, "Excuse me, but I understand Spanish and I want to practice my Spanish." So I was really shocked. I mean, he could have told us that he spoke Spanish before he heard our private conversation, but whatever. So one thing that I learned is you have to start being careful speaking Spanish in public, because prior to that, my friend and I do not censor our conversations because not very many Koreans understand Spanish, so we had no reason to. But now we're being extra careful. Another side note, I would like to thank all the people that watch my videos. Les agradezco mucho, de verdad. Y si tienen preguntas en español, por favor, déjenmelas abajo. Como acabo de decir que mucha gente habla español, so les puedo responder en español también. Adiós.